Hi, and welcome back to Lori's Crafty Corner. I'm so excited to finally be able to show this album with you. It's my first baby album that I make myself, but it's not the first mini album that I make myself. I think it was 2 years ago I made two snap albums. It's the bigger size, the 6x8 size, for our honeymoon in Disney. If you want, I'll do a flip through of it. I started out with one album, but I ended up making two because I just had too many pictures that I wanted to scrap. So yeah, so this isn't my first mini album that I make, but it's my first baby album, and I have to be honest, it was a challenge for me at first. I don't know if it's a collection per se or if it's because it's baby themed. I don't know. But I really had a struggle at first choosing the mixture of patterned paper with cardstock, and then how am I going to embellish the page? So, but in the end, that's why it took me a while. I started this album, I think it was like 2 weeks ago. And like every day I would make a different page, and I would go back to my pictures to see how many pictures I had to scrap, because at times we have too many pictures, at times we have too few pictures to scrap. So originally I wanted to make this a very interactive album with pull outs, flip ups, or flip outs, I should say. But I don't know. I like those sort of flips and interactiveness. You lift here, you see this other picture hidden there. You pull a card here. I like those, but for some reason, just for babies, I don't know. It just didn't really work for me. So let's get started. Let me lift the album a bit so you can get the details. Or I had, if you looked at the sneak peek that I shared, I had a ribbon. It's still there, but I decided to cover it up with some twine because the adhesive that I used to hold the ribbon in place was noticeable. The mark was noticeable, and I really didn't like that. So I just hid it with some twine. All of it, everything that's in the album except for the sequins and I believe some wood veneers, everything else is from the Prima collection. Prima Heaven Sent collection. So the flowers, oh, these clear buttons that I've sort of tucked underneath the flowers, those are from my stash. But everything else is from the collection. See, I have some metallic, like holographic flowers that come with the chipboard set hidden there. These are some ephemera stickers, chipboard right here. So, and then when you open in, let's see how I can maneuver this. I normally don't cover the inside of the album, but when I was looking for the collection, I realized that I had two paper pads. One that's 12 by 12 and the other one that's A1 size, which is roughly the size of an 8 by 11 sheet of paper. So I had a lot of material. I had double chipboards, double ephemera, double stickers. I really don't know why I had those. So that's why I'm using a lot of patterned paper. You see that I'll embellish a lot so that I can use up my stash. In the end, I loved it. I have enough material left for maybe two more mini albums. So what I decided to do is that I'm gonna make my cousin, she just had a baby girl, I'm gonna make a baby album for her as well to use up the stash. If you guys have been following me for a while, I want to use up my stash as much as possible and try to buy as little as possible in order to make way for new stuff. So here's the flip through. I tend to talk and ramble, but you know, I love to explain everything. I love to add extra details. Well, show you the extra details. This is an ephemera that I bumped up on 3D craft foam. And here we go. Here's a picture. I added some, a bit of journaling on the tags that I added over here. These over here are washi tape that I also had. So, you know, I used it as to add extra detail over here. An ephemera that I bumped up. Some of the ephemera stickers, some of the chipboards, I placed them outside the plastic covering because I don't know, but I've done that before in other albums and I like it. It's cool. I don't know. So yeah, I used a bunch of cards to fill in. Oops, sorry. This is a sticker sequin from my stash. Bumped up bunny. This is actually this tag. Tag is the other side of this. I just added some washi tape to the back so that it didn't show that white stuff, white sticky stuff. And I added some twine or thread up to the top. There we go. I loved this page. I do. It's cool. I don't know. I liked it. Backstory. I love having tiny pictures, but not so much that I want to print out a whole lot. And 2 by 2 inch by 2 inch pictures, I don't really like them that much because it's confusing. I like it because, oh, it's so cool, it's cute, but there's so much that I have to edit that I really don't want to spend the time doing that. So what I did is that this album comes with 2 of these, so I just made it like a shaker sort of thing. So I made this is actually some glitter and some wood veneers from my stash. I used my tiny attacher to close it shut after I placed some of the washi tape on top. These sequins are from my stash, and there are tiny flowers in there. Those are also from my stash. I added some buttons and some, it's like a beige thread there as well. And I like the see-through element of it. See, there's the back side. I apologize that it's not like, yeah, it's a bit confusing because my tripod is like right in the middle. And I really want to show you the details of the album, but I'm trying to find something that will work in my craft space that I don't have this tripod showing over here. But in the meantime, here's a bit of journaling that I used from one of the cards. This is a frame that came in the ephemera, so I used it to place my picture on it. See, some of the embellishments are on top of the plastic. I forgot the word for it. Pocket page. There we go. And I should state, this is a doily that's from my stash. What I did is that I folded it over. See, the other part is over here. And let's see. Oh yeah, I should say that I used, here's another interactive, not interactive, but shakery mixed media page. That I should say that I have 2 sets of the plastic, why do I keep saying plastic? two sets of page protectors from these 4x6 albums. I had one left over that I pulled out from one of the albums, and then I mixed it with this into the one that these had. This one had. So that's why I have more pages than what is normally from these albums. Extra journaling. Oops. Uh-oh. Anyways, I'll stick it before I put it away, and I'll fix this spot here. So what I did with this album is that I used pictures from my son's first 3 weeks. So he was a newborn. And that's why I used this collection, because for me, the feel of this collection is like really newborn, you know, tiny baby, and I loved how it turned out. Oops, sorry about that. Anyways, so that's the flip through. It has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. It has 19 pages, and it holds 28 pictures. Of course, if you use something like this, you can add more pictures. You can add, you can tuck some flip ups here, and you can add extra pictures there. Again, since I knew that I wasn't going to be working with a lot of pictures, I didn't do that with this one. And I didn't, what else? And also I knew that I was going to be adding a lot of bulky embellishments. And when you add more pictures on top of the bulky embellishments, you tend to alligator up your albums. And what I mean by alligator up your albums is that it creates, right now it's normal. The more embellishments you add, the more pictures you add, the wider the mouth is gonna get. And storing your albums like this is a pain, I know, because I have several albums that I've ended up making into 2 parts because of that. Because when you store them, it's just weird. And if you squeeze them, then everything inside gets flattened out or even bent. And after spending so much time on your project, you don't want that. So here's the finished product. Oh, yeah, I forgot. I added this. It's an ephemera, and I just placed a tiny star. It's so that you can make like a little tag of it. But I placed a tiny star there, and then I added the description of what the album is about. And that's it. I'll try and see if I can find my Disney albums so that I can do a flip through. They are about 2 years old, but you know, who knows? Maybe you'll be inspired by it. If anything, please leave a comment down below, like the video, share the video, share all of my videos if you want. Use them to inspire yourself or inspire other people. That's why I share my projects, because I want to inspire you to use up your stash, inspire you to make pretty stuff. If you haven't been following me yet, look me up on Lori's Crafty Corner on Facebook. I also have Instagram. It's at Lorimar, LORIMAR _OR. I'll have the links down below. I'm also on Pinterest with the same name that you see here on YouTube. And my blog is Lori's Crafty Corner at Blogspot or Blogger. I'm not sure if they changed the name or not, but it's there. But yeah, I'll see you back soon with another project or layout.